Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pre-town meeting. It's just to get people together. As I look out here, and Mr. Boussy said the same thing, Tom said the same thing, there's faces we don't recognize. That's great. And that was what we had this meeting for. The meeting is going to revolve around one basic concept, and that's an article and a warrant, an article and a motion to show you what you can do at town meeting. My experience when I was younger, I was an elected representative at town meeting, and every single member of the town meeting knew the rules backwards and forwards, except myself, my very first night. And I made some huge mistakes. The guy that I was sitting next to couldn't stop laughing. But I learned from then on, you have to know the rules. And the more the rules are known by more people, the smoother the meeting runs. And in an elected town meeting with only 50 members and everyone knew the rules, nothing got by anybody, and it was done right. I'm not saying that that's what should happen at a town meeting, but what should happen is that people have a better idea of how things go. I've been elected now 4 years, and I've had more people say, "Why'd you do that? We never did that before." Well, I can't talk about before. Since I got elected, I'm trying to change that. So tonight we're here, and we're going to have a mock article and a motion and try to show you what you can do at town meeting. There are two things that everybody should do at a town meeting, and I know people don't, and I've even done that. I've sat in the audience 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and I said, boy, if I ask that question, it might be the dumbest thing, or, you know, and then afterwards I say, yeah, I should have asked that. So ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, and don't be afraid. If you don't understand something at a town meeting, you have the right to stand up, say, Mr. Moderator, I have an inquiry. Why are we doing that? It's not a dumb question. I would take the time to explain that 50 times a night if I had to, because the town meeting will run smoother. The next thing, ask questions, ask questions. There was a selectman 3 years ago who started asking questions, question after question after question, and he found out that the trash fee was overcharging the citizens of Stoneham to the tune of $300,000. So that's why you want to ask questions.
Move it along. But you can ask questions tonight, too. That's very important. It's a real open forum. We're going to do a mock article in motion. We're going to try to stay on track, but anyone has any questions, we'll stop, answer them, and see how this thing goes. It's live theater. We haven't done it like this before, so we're hoping for the best.
An article.
Okay.
An article in the warrant is a warning. It's a warning to the people of the town, and in general does not mean that a warrant and the articles contain verbatim the language of every bit of information, but must contain sufficient description of what is proposed so as to constitute an adequate warning to all the inhabitants of the town.